Welcome to FTF. I'm Arctic Blast, and I am going to give you a quick overview of the World of Warships interface. So when you first log in, this is pretty much what you see. It's sort of like the garage of World of Tanks. You have your carousel of ships down below. You have your port, which is showing you your ships. Modules is sort of like the tech tree of an individual ship. It's where you unlock and purchase upgrades. The tech tree just shows you the individual tanks, and your profile shows you your profile. Now, unlike World of Tanks, in World of Warships, you actually have levels to go along with tiers, and at each level, you unlock certain things. A new player would start out with having just level 1, he could play just co-op battles, which are against bots and other players taking on the bots. Once you've earned level 2, you unlock the ability to play in random battles, and currently you get a credit bonus. Level 3, you expose daily missions. Daily missions are little bonuses that if you complete them, you get some extra creds, which helps. Level 4 gives you the ability to have free experience, and you get some bonuses along with that. You hit level 5, you get a ship commanders. Ship commanders are great because they give extra perks to your ships, helping them with repair rates, rearm rates, things like that. Level 6, you get upgrades. Upgrades are sort of like like the binos and gun rammers and things like that in World of Tanks. Each ship has its own list of upgrades you can get, and you only have so many slots, and each slot has several choices, so choose wisely. Back to port. As you see up here, this is where the missions would be showing. You have 3 missions available, and each one has its own refresh rate once you've accomplished it. So once you've accomplished the missions, you'll have to wait for new ones to come in. And you can easily launch a battle from within the mission screen, which would take you into a random battle. Let's go and pop in a level or a tier 1 ship. It's a cruiser. It's the Erie. I have all the modules upgraded. You start out with with a weak ship, and one of the upgrades gives you more guns and better rate of fire. You can also get better armament, or not armament, but better hull, which gives you more hit points. Let's go and pop this into a co-op battle so that we don't have to worry about waiting in the queue too long. You click battle and you'll get stuck in a queue. This will actually shows you your battle tiers that you'll be facing up against. So being tier 1, I can go up and face up to tier 2. It's actually pretty nice because this way you don't get surprised when the battle actually launches. And it still being beta means that there's still a bit of a wait and you don't instantly get into a battle. Okay, battle's loading up. After we've been selected for a battle and we actually get in where the battle is loading, we could gives you a sort of a mission overview up here at the tab, so you can see what you're supposed to do. In this particular one, we are just destroying the enemy base destroying the enemy ships or capturing the base. We can see the team members, and then down below they have all kinds of useful stuff if you're into reading and applying to their strategies. At this point, the timer goes off, and we can actually start the battle to where we'll get taken to this screen, or just wait for it to run. Now, unlike World of Tanks, you don't have to hold down the W key to drive. You can actually control and set at what speed you want to go at. You also have to be aware that your guns can have fields of arcs. So, and for the most part, if you try to shoot straight up off the front of the ship, you'll be limited to only a few guns. And each gun turns independently, so it takes a while sometimes for them to get them where you want it to. You also have several degrees of turning, and the more you hold it, the more it goes. You can also lock in your turn. And then if you go to the map, you can actually set some pretty cool maneuvering.
Autopilot mode enabled.
And set up a few different waypoints so that you don't have to worry too much about what's going on and just focus on firing at the enemies. So let's see if how bad the bots are going to be today. Oh, there we go. Nice ship. And you got to remember, it's a ship and they're firing, so you got, you know, to get used to guiding ships. And there's also multiple ways to fire. You can fire one gun at a time, or you can, if they're all recharged, because they'll all reload at independent rates, you can actually wait for them all to reload. And if you hold down the mouse, it'll fire one after the other. Oh, he just lost sight of him. Or if you double tap, it'll fire them all at once. So you get some pretty good control on choosing how you want to fight the enemy. Looks like I'm taking some serious shots here from the front. Should focus on him. He's more closer to being damaged. And then you're on fire and you repair. You have more or less an unlimited repairs. It's just the fact that once you've set basically your crew down to fix a problem, you have to wait for them to be able to get back to another spot.
Waypoint reached.
And as you can hear there in the background, waypoint reached. It means I've reached one of those waypoints I had set. Now you can do critical damage if you can luck out and manage to hit the command deck on the ship. And then you also have AP and HE, and right now I'm using HE. It's more likely to set fires. I'll switch over to AP just because it can punch through some of these smaller ships and just do some serious damage to them. Looks like I damaged some of his guns. That's good. Be less likely to return fire on me here. Okay. We need to reset some more waypoints here. Speed while I'm trying to get around this island, because right now I really can't do much, though it does look like I am taking some fire from the distance here, so get my guns turned on him. Get some shots out while I'm trying to get around the island there.
Waypoint reached.
Those ones, unfortunately, did not get over the island.
Waypoint reached.
That's something you got to watch out for when you're in and around these islands, is that your shots will sometimes smack right into the island and not actually do what you were hoping to do, which is get around the island and hit the ships. Could actually readjust, since for the most part they seem to be here at their base. And each type of ship plays quite a bit differently. The cruisers are great for just weaving in and shooting at just about every type of ship. Battleships, great for taking out cruisers with other battleships. Destroyers, when they're not busy setting smoke screens, they They can be a real pain in the ass on aircraft carriers because they'll get up close and drop torpedoes, and they're really hard to deal with. And I think I am about to meet Davy Jones's locker here. Since I'm out and about and all my allies are way on the far side, and I have pretty much both ships to go deal with. I guess I should have stuck with my original plan, which was go behind the rock. And I think I'm on fire again, so I'm going to burn out here. Yep, he got me. Almost got him. And, another feature that they kept from World of Tanks and World of Aircraft Warplanes is the ability to go into spectator mode and watch other ships. So currently there is no way to control-click on their names and see which ship you're going to go to next. So it's sort of like random to decide what you're going to get. You can press the tab key, see which ships are still out there, and see who's sunk how many. This guy apparently I switched to is just sitting, which is not something you really want to do, but you know, there's only one enemy, so I guess he just wants to try to get himself some cap points. You hold down the Alt key, you can get more information on the enemy ships, including, you know, their names and their distance. One of the disadvantages of playing these co-op battles is you don't get as much experience as you would in a PvP battle, but it is sort of useful if you just get on like a new ship and you want to basically get a feel for how the ship plays. When you're over and you're in the summary screen here, you can see get an overview of, you know, your performance, the creds and the free experience and experience, and then you can hit the team score and see how you stacked up against your teammates. They'll show you the number of ships you shot, the number of assisted, and I'm not fully sure what qualifies as an assist, because I know I shot out a lot of those ships and I would have thought I would have gotten some sort of assist on a few of them. Shot down aircraft plays more in a row when you get into the higher tiers and there's aircraft coming out of aircraft carriers. And I haven't seen any awards issued yet, so that may be something that's going to come down the road. And the detailed report will go and show you how many shells you fired, break it down by AP, HE, and penetrating, and how much damage for each one. Torpedoes if you launched any. Secondary battery shells fired if you had secondary rounds. Sometimes this will be anti-air. It'll show aircraft. If you were an aircraft carrier, you can see how many torpedoes you dropped and how many direct bombs you dropped. And, you know, so they break it all down and give you a pretty good review if you're, you know, down into just wanting to look at all those stats. So that'll finish that, and we'll go back to the port. Anyways, that is a quick overview of World of Warships, and as the game progresses, there'll be more to come from Fear the Fallen, so stay tuned to our channel to get some more insight.